Hi, my name is Aubrey Reed and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in and I hope you enjoy this next video. This week's video is going to be all about the path of life that I'm walking on right now. The direction I'm going, which way I'm turning, what's up ahead, what obstacles I'm jumping over, and what is hopefully at the end of this path. So stay tuned if you want to see what's going on in my life, and I hope that maybe this can help you trust in God's plan and timing for your life and know that you can always rely on those around you to support you whichever path that you take. I am back in my dorm room. I live in Caraway, which is the sorority dorm on Arkansas Tech University's campus, and I absolutely love living with all my sisters, and I can't wait for them to move back in tomorrow. This Christmas break has been great. It's always nice to get a little relaxation and the busy schedule that I have, but I'm super excited for this spring semester to start. Being a junior at Arkansas Tech University, I'm focusing more on my major classes instead of the content classes and prerequisites that I have to take for most of my classes. So I'm doing a lot of interning and practice-based learning through my field experience through the education department. So I'm really excited to get back into the classroom and experience what's happening out there in the education world. My classes start on this next Monday, and I'm super excited about getting to meet all my new professors and see what's in store for me. I'm sure it's a lot of writing, reading, and history things. Being a middle-level education major with concentrations in English and social studies, that's pretty much the majority of what I'll be doing, and I can't wait to go back out in the classroom and observe. This past semester I got to observe in the Russellville School District, but I'm not sure if I'll be there again or I'll be in another school in the River Valley. Moving back on campus, back into my dorm, I am reminded of all the wonderful things that Arkansas Tech University provides for me with my classes, with my sorority, with the organizations that I'm a part of. I've had so many opportunities to get involved and plugged in here and really have a full, well-rounded college experience. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that and the path that brought me here to Arkansas Tech University. My initial plans for college did not include Arkansas Tech University. I thought I definitely wanted to get out of here, get out of the town that I had grown up in. I didn't want to stay around. I thought that I really needed to get out and experience the world, and I didn't think that Arkansas Tech would provide me with the opportunities to do that. But boy, was I wrong. I am a member of many organizations on campus, being a vice president of Zeta Tau Alpha, the co-captain of the Golden Girls. I'm a senator in our Student Government Association. I'm also a member of the Collegiate Middle Level Association, which is my major club through the education department. And I've had so many opportunities to not only receive scholarships through those, but to be able to be a leader, build new skills and techniques that I'll be able to translate into my career as an educator. And I have memories that will last a lifetime. The Literary London experience was probably the most incredible thing I've ever participated in. I've had the opportunity to travel. In high school, I got to go to Italy and Greece with a bunch of students led by teachers that I've grown to love and respect so much. And I'm thankful that Russellville gave me that opportunity to do while I was a student in high school. And I was not planning on really participating in study abroad programs once I was in college. I thought that the amount of work that I'd be doing, everything else that comes with the college experience would just be too overwhelming, and that the opportunity to go abroad somewhere and study and do this and that would just be too overwhelming. But the Literary London experience was a 2-week program where I got to go to London, England, which is absolutely a dream of mine from a very early age. If you know me at all, you know that London has been a dream destination of mine. So while I was in London, I actually did something very spontaneous and very out of character, and I got a tattoo. So if you are not familiar with my tattoo or the meaning behind it or why it's a book, I posted a very long, in-depth Instagram post about it that explains kind of why I chose that. But kind of to sum it all up, I have a passion for reading and education and furthering my education, and I kind of see that through books. And so that is why, I'm so big in pursuing this higher education, these opportunities about English and social studies and all things concerning books and English and language arts. And so, and I also always want to be an open book. And so that's kind of what these videos are. They're my way of being transparent with those of you who are willing to watch and suffer through these first early videos with me. And so I would like to call this channel Aubrey Elizabeth's Open Book. Being an open book with you guys, letting you know the ins and outs of my life without keeping anything hidden away and kind of behind a veil. I want to be open and transparent, and so that's why it is an open book. Having the opportunity to cultivate my passion for English language arts in the land that inspired some of my favorite authors and writers and poets was an experience that I never imagined that I could have and never imagined that I would want to have. It was something that I didn't know was missing from my life, and now I can't imagine not going and participating in the Literary London experience. I didn't know that was really an opportunity to have here at Arkansas Tech University, and I didn't know that what I'm about to talk about next was also an opportunity that I needed to have in my life. being able to be Miss Arkansas Outstanding Teen 2017 was a dream come true, and I've always had a dream of being Miss Arkansas as well. I think that with my mom serving as Miss Arkansas in 1995, it's been a legacy that I've hoped to keep, and I hope to continue following in her footsteps. And so that was the plan this year. The plan that I had thought I was going to go with, the path that I was going to walk down, was to compete in Miss Tech here at the university. I've always wanted to represent the university. Whether or not my plans to go to a different college were going to change, I knew I always wanted to represent the university that I was attending, because that's what the Miss America system was all about. It was about scholarships and furthering the education of the young women who are competing. And so I always knew that if I was going to compete in the Miss Arkansas system, that I would want to compete and represent the college that I was attending. And so the plan was to compete in Miss Arkansas Tech University this upcoming February, and hopefully, if I was able to be awarded that title, go on to Miss Arkansas this June and compete for my first time, which would also be my mom's 25th anniversary. And for the 25th anniversary queen, they always bring her back to do some sort of celebration and remembrance of her time serving. And so that was going to be the plan. That was going to be the path, and that was what I had my mind set on doing. Little did I know that some different things were going to come along, some different opportunities and experiences that I just couldn't turn down. If you didn't know that the Miss Arkansas and Miss America organization, you are able to compete from the time you are 18 to 25, and I am only 19 years old. So with a heavy heart, I have decided to postpone my competing days until next year, where I can reevaluate and see where the Lord is leading me and what life has in store for me. But for this year, I'm actually going to get to participate in another study abroad experience from the month of May to June. The dates are still a little tentative, but it does come down to the fact that I will not be here for the week of Miss Arkansas. So I knew that I could not prepare to compete in Miss Arkansas Tech University and serve as a preliminary local queen if I was not going to be here for the state competition, which is in the middle of June. And so this is an experience that I'm thankful I get to share with you guys, and I hope that maybe it interests those who are also here at Arkansas Tech University or considering study abroad experiences, and also will give you an update on my life in pageantry and where that path is taking me with that regard. Being 19 years old doesn't even put me in the middle of the age gap for those competing in Miss Arkansas and the Miss America organization. So if it does come down to the day next year or the next or the next or the next, whatever it may be, I will be eligible to compete until I'm 25. And so that's not a dream or a path that I have closed off completely. I've not put a rock there, not put a roadblock in. It's just a path that I'm veering from it slightly to be able to participate in a study abroad experience this summer. This study abroad experience that I've been vaguely referencing to is a month-long internship in Austria. Being an education major, you have that field experience that is necessary and required to obtain your degree. And so getting to have that experience here in the United States of America, where I'm going to be teaching, has been so wonderful and so exciting and so invigorating that I am so thankful for the opportunity to get to experience that in another country. I've always been interested in a variety of school systems. I remember even my onstage question for Miss America's Outstanding Teen, when I got to go up there for preliminaries, was about what I would do in a situation where I maybe didn't know something about something. It was a very vague question. I didn't really know what way I was going to translate with that. And I actually decided to talk about that I didn't know a lot about the variety of school systems that we have in our world, and that I know the United States of America has a school system that's very different from other countries. And so I feel like that's kind of coming full circle. I'm getting to actually go and experience what the school system in Austria is like through this internship that is a month long in Austria. This past Sunday at New Life Church, we talked all about prayer and fasting, and how if you will just relinquish all your thoughts and your worries and your concerns to the Lord, that He will provide that clarity and He will provide that path for you to follow. He will guide you with that light that He shines, and He will make sure that you are going down the path that is going to glorify Him and provide you with the opportunities that He sees in your future and what is going to provide you with the most benefit. And so that's what I did. I prayed a lot. I fasted. I focused all of my energy on the clarity that I needed from God, that I was seeking concerning this conflict that was going on inside of me. Do I compete in the Miss America organization this year? And do I postpone all these other opportunities that I have to serve at my college? Or do I go down this path where, I'm not going to be competing and that's something that I've planned to do and that is something that I don't really want to change this year? But do I veer away from that path to come back to focus on my college career and all the things that are going on in that regard for me and serve in the positions that I've been awarded and had the opportunity to be granted, and not compete? And so it's been something that's really been tossing and turning in my mind and in my heart. And so I really needed that clarity. And so this past week, I was actually called right after me and my mom had talked about what it was that I was going to do, and I was just so emotional and so conflicted. And then I got the call that there was a position open for this Austria study abroad trip that I had originally turned down because I was going to compete. And so in that moment, I thought that the Lord was giving me that answer, was giving me the answer of, you are 19, you have the opportunity to compete later on in your life if you want to, but you never know when you're going to have the opportunity to go and participate in an internship in Austria, because once you get a job here, it's going to be hard to back out of that job, to be able to go study abroad somewhere. And being in my undergraduate career, this is just the perfect time. And so I felt a peace instantly when my mom told me that I had gotten that call and I'd gotten that opportunity. And so to know that the Lord does intervene when you need him to, he will provide that clarity, was so comforting to me, and it was something that I really needed to hear. And I'm blessed that I was able to find that answer and seek that clarity in a time of need where I was so worried and conflicted and emotional about what was going on and what path I was going to follow. Being a type 1 Enneagram is something that has its faults and has its positives. I'm always the one that he'll be planning ahead, and, I'll always be there on time. I'll always be doing this, I'll always be doing that in a very methodical way. I won't be a flake. I'll always make sure that I have the plans and I arrive early and I leave later once I clean up and help everybody plan for where they're going next. But it is something that really struggles with changes and veers and wherever it may go. I don't want to have all these different ways that I'm going and these possibilities, because I want to know that I'm going down the right path. I'm going down that singular way that's going to benefit me, benefit others. It's the right way that I'm going. There's one way. There's not 18 different ways. And so right now, coming to a crossroads with my life, being able to say, I can either do this or I can either do that, was really hard for me. It was hard for me to say, okay, well, I'm not going to be doing both and going down this one path. I'm going to either be doing this or I'm either going to be doing that. And it's going to be a difficult decision. And so decision making is not something I'm great at. I never want to pick where I go eat with my boyfriend. I never want to pick what movie we're going to watch. I never want to pick where we're doing this, what we're doing that. And so it's something that I've always been really struggling with, to make decisions and make these really difficult decisions. And so the decision I have made really has brought me a peace. It's brought me a comfort that I'm so thankful that I'm having the opportunity to receive. And I know that I am making the right choice for me right now. But that doesn't mean that I know exactly what path I'm going to go on once I return and what's going to happen next. I can plan and I can plan and I can plan, but I'm learning to monitor and adjust and figure out that the Lord does have a plan for me. I might not be aware of what's going on and know exactly what he is meaning by giving me these opportunities and making me make these hard decisions, but I know that he has the greater plan. If only I could see it, it would make my life a whole lot easier and save me a lot of heartache and conflict and turmoil, but I know that I can't, and I'm so thankful that I've received his clarity and know that this is an opportunity that I can't pass up. And I know that I will have the opportunity, if I choose, to compete one day in the Miss America organization, but for right now, I'm going to be focusing on my education here at Arkansas Tech University, the wonderful opportunities that I've had to be a part of the SGA, which is our Student Government Association, Theta Tau Alpha, reminisce in these years of being a sorority girl and being a part of the sisterhood, being a part of my major organization with the Collegiate Middle Level Association, and having this opportunity to stay abroad and further my education and my experience in Austria for a month long, which I'm kind of nervous about, and I can't wait to video and record and let you in on all the details that I'll be experiencing with that. So there's just so many blessings that I have been receiving recently, and I thought I needed to make a video about the path that I was going down, because so many of you are so invested in my life, and I'm so thankful for your support. But I thought I needed a video that explained kind of what was going on in my head, what was going on in my heart, and to thank those of you who are so supportive, and to let you know that we're going this way right now doesn't mean we can't come back this way later. I would love to keep this conversation open. This communication is something that I've really learned to enjoy, and I know that conflict is okay, and I don't think that it's conflict. I feel like there should be a better word for that, but this decision making that I have been struggling with, I'm thankful that now I kind of get to talk about it and it's out in the open, so I would love to continue talking about it if that's something that interests you guys. I can do some Instagram stories following up with any questions that you might have. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next week.